With your vote, I will seal the border. I will stop the invasion. I will end the carnage, bloodshed, and killing. And we will crush the human traffickers.
This is like a fourth grade student council speech. I'll make every Friday Pizza Party Friday, and I'll make recess 15 minutes longer and add another. They don't really listen to what he says. That's why he tosses in blatant lies in every other sentence.
Under Biden, the bad ones are coming in at a level that nobody ever thought was even possible. Nobody thought this was possible. In Venezuela, the crime is down 67% from what it was a year and a half ago, because they're taking all of their gangs and all of their criminals and they're depositing them into the United States of America. Venezuela, think of it, their crime. Wouldn't we love to have a statistic where crime is down 67%? Ours is only going in one direction.
Trump cartoonishly exploited the invalidated, fear-mongering, extreme right-wing news outlets' reports that Venezuela is sending criminals to the border, which unironically matches his original and baseless claim that Mexico is sending its worst. It's almost like they're his MAGA-run media outlets that simply confirm every radical statement that he makes, especially since his main point of crime rates is a proven falsehood.
The president had all major police chiefs to the White House just last month. Violent crime is across the board down in most major cities, and that's something we need to talk about, certainly, as Democrats. Listen, the highest jump in the homicide rate, the murder rate in this country annually happened in the last year of the Trump administration. It didn't happen in any of the Biden years over these last 3 years. So, again, the president is running on his record. Donald Trump is a different situation than 2016, has a record he's got to defend as well.
I consider illegal fentanyl brought in by drug cartels.
Besides a guest that's willing to sprinkle a few crumbs of reality on air, the most surprising part of that was that they waited for him to finish before they all tried to recover the standard of accepting Trump's word as gospel. It's a gospel that makes absolutely no sense, particularly when he's trying to explain away all the cases that he didn't caught.
These are corrupt people. There was no problem. There was no anything. This was like a perfect transaction. Charge me $450 million fine. These are sick people, and we have to go on, and we have to win, and we have to hope the appeals courts are honest, because if they're not honest, this country, I'll tell you, where are we going? This has been such a blight on New York. The appellate division actually gave me the case. I won the case because I won it in the appellate division, not the 175. I won that too. They reduced it from 450 to 175. But I won the case because it's called statute of limitations. The appellate division ruled in my favor. That means most of the case is gone. The judge refused to honor it. Now, nobody ever heard of that before. So the appellate division said, you won the case, that's it. And the judge said, I don't accept it. He's called a rogue judge. He's a rogue judge. He's a fake judge. I'm not the threat to democracy.
Such an exciting rally to be at. I mean, you have your candidate stumbling and bumbling while trying to explain why he keeps losing in court over these 4 cases and damn near 100 charges, because that really gets you motivated to go out and vote. You know, they ended up leaving confused, so that they just go back with only one clear message he gave them. Believe me and my opportunistic foot soldiers, not your lying eyes.
What they're trying to get at is this Presidential Records Act argument, which is ultimately the Clinton sock drawer case, right? I mean, Bill Clinton had personal recordings in his sock drawer. A court determined that they were his personal records. It didn't matter if they were classified, didn't matter anything, because Bill Clinton had determined after his presidency they were his personal records. Donald Trump has done the same thing. He said these documents are my personal records. If you read the Presidential Records Act, Brian, it says all documents. It doesn't carve out defense intelligence information. It doesn't carve out classified marked information. It says all records are presidential, and then it has a process.
There's a reason the GOP is all about suppressing lessons in history, because many times the truth disagrees with their political reality. It's a good thing that Juliette Jeske from Decoding Fox News is always ready to show it.
In 1978, Congress passed the Presidential Records Act, which states that any records created or received by the president as part of his constitutional, statutory, or ceremonial duties are the property of the United States government and will be managed by NARA at the end of the administration. The Presidential Records Act requires the president to separate personal documents from presidential records before leaving office. The PRA makes clear that upon conclusion of the president's term in office, NARA assumes responsibility for the custody, control, preservation of, and access to the records of a president. The PRA makes the legal status of presidential records clear and unambiguous, providing that the United States reserves and retains complete ownership, possession, and control of presidential records. There is no history, practice, or provision in law for presidents to take official records with them when they leave office to sort through, such as a 2-year period as described in some reports. If a former president or vice president finds presidential records among personal materials, he or she is expected to contact NARA in a timely manner to secure the transfer of those presidential records to NARA.
But sometimes when you're looking for some truth among the lies that Donald Trump tells about his crimes, you discover that it really doesn't matter to the proud criminals that he's cultivated.
So we just stormed the Capitol, took the mother place back. That was so much fun.
So much America. So much America.
January 6th will be a day in infamy.
Yes, yes.